Hello folks, welcome to another episode of NoBs. Of course, I'm saying this I wanted to start this video off by saying this. I love Kingdom Hearts. I've always loved Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts as a series, but the name of this series is not called Praise the Game, it's called Let's Be Real. So I'm gonna be a little bit real with you guys. Hell, let me be a little frank. Kingdom Hearts recently has been getting stale, and annoyingly stale at that. First of all, why in the hell do we have so many games in this franchise? And the only reason I'm even making this video is because I saw the new picture, it looked cool and everything, I saw the new Heartless, but then I noticed he got a drive now with a shield and all that type of stuff. Yay! You know, it's fine. But let me talk about the game, the series as a whole. Let me start off by saying each and every one of them that, you know what, I'll just say this. The first Kingdom Hearts to me is like the best in terms of gameplay and story. This is before the games got too convoluted, before everything got too twisted and too much. Kingdom Hearts 1 was the most simplest and easiest to understand. It was just simple. Light versus dark. This is darkness, this is light. 7 princesses with hearts, of pure hearts and all that type of stuff. And you had to save them. And then Tetsuya Nomura decided to put Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Okay, fine. Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay, fine. Now, my problem with every last one of these is, you know, the first one, I have almost no problems with the game. It was fun, it was simple, and it was also very hard. Complicated wouldn't be the right word. Hard would be the proper word to use for the game. Chain of Memories was different, so I'm not really gonna, you know, slag that one off. And then Kingdom Hearts 2. My problems with Kingdom Hearts 2 were numerous. Yes, it was a good sequel, but the whole game as a whole was just too damn easy. You could even have it on the hardest difficulty, and it was still easy as hell. And hell, the Final Mix version made the game even easier by giving you a drive form, or forgot the name of limit form. Within the limit form, you can heal while using his limits, which was the main thing of the damn freaking drive form. That joint was so goddamn easy. You could beat Sephiroth in seconds. If you know how to master it right, you can beat freaking the lingering sentiment like he's nothing. You can really beat the game while almost doing nothing with that. That form made the game so goddamn easy. It wasn't even funny. Let's move on to another game, Birth by Sleep. Now, I like Birth by Sleep, and I like it just above Kingdom Hearts 1 because it did change the gameplay formula by making you have a deck by combining Chain of Memories and the first one. And yeah, you can attack and everything like that, but then you can also use moves a lot easier than you did the first one, which to me makes that game amazing. Until you get mine and that game becomes literally your bitch. Then we move on to 365 Days. That game was pointless as hell. I don't even know why they even made that game. It was so pointless that to this day, I don't even understand why we even needed that game. Then they made Chain of Memories RE. Okay, that's fine. Coded was terrible. Coded is still terrible to this day. And then they made a billion other Kingdom Hearts. I'm just joking. Then they made Kingdom Hearts 3D. Now, a lot of people are getting pissed that Kingdom Hearts 3D wasn't 3, or at the time it was like, why even make this game for Kingdom Hearts 3D and all that stuff. And to me, that game, technically, it isn't worth it. Like, I like the game, but it's like, it's incredibly short for one. That game is short as hell, and it's incredibly easy. That game is easy as hell. Maybe Riku's last 3 boss fights, because you fight them in a gauntlet-style boss setup, they are complicated. Other than that, everything was easy as hell for the ending of his game. It like, what? Riku, oh man, he was the better Keyblade wielder in the game. Might as well just made the game a Riku game. Why? Because Riku could, in fact, use the abilities from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Like when you got to a drive form in Birth by Sleep, it actually had an ability and all that type of stuff. Prime example, like the blade form in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Riku could use it by combining the right two spirits. Yeah, I said spirits. There are nightmares in this game, and I don't really want to talk about them. Riku even got my favorite one, which is the ghost drive form. That ghost form helps you dodge better, and it actually makes you disappear to dodge attacks and attack at the same time, versus Sora, who just does something with the damn freaking spirits that he gets. It's even worse. I don't even like Sora as a Keyblade wielder anymore. He's not even interesting to me in the slightest anymore, and sometimes he makes some of the most confusing choices in the world when it comes to Kingdom Hearts as a whole. Like, that man is so confusing, and it just baffles me. Now that we have all these damn Kingdom Hearts games, and we're getting remix after compilation, oh man, it's just getting dumber by the second. Like, the new 2.8, that movie didn't really add anything. Birth by Sleep, A Fragmentary Passage, kind of covers a whole part of the canon that didn't even need it to be covered. Once you beat it, you're just disappointed. For me, yeah, I liked it, and I liked the fact that it was pretty much a sample of what Kingdom Hearts 3 could have been or will be. But in the end of the day, it didn't really add any context to the game. It just told me why Mickey was shirtless at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 when he was closing the door, or how he got his Keyblade. Fine. Okay, that's cool. And the graphics, oh my god, they're amazing. Fine. But after replaying 3D is one of those games that you will never hear about me playing on numerous playthroughs. That game was a one and done for me. Going back, it's the same thing with Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2, yes, when I was younger, I played it multiple times, but when I grew up and played it again, I realized how frustratingly easy that game is, especially the final mix version. I generally stopped caring about the game as a whole. And then going backwards, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, the reason why I even played that multiple times through is because that game is actually pretty fun with the original story, and it does have one of my favorite organization members in the game, which should have been in Kingdom Hearts 2, period. But whatever, stuff has to happen. And then there's Kingdom Hearts 1, which is still by far the simplest, easiest, and most normal one in the series. It's to the point where now, if you go back and play Kingdom Hearts 1, and you compare the Xemnas boss fights, the secret one versus the actual one you fight, he is 20 times harder to beat in Kingdom Hearts than he is to beat in Kingdom Hearts 2. And I mean Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, where you actually fight him as a secret boss in Halibation, versus the Xemnas you actually fight in Kingdom Hearts 2. And mind you, Xemnas is my favorite organization member, but it's frustrating when you know what? I'm not going to take up any more of you guys' time. Just know, the Kingdom Hearts series is really getting on my nerves. It's to the point where the story is starting to get a little bit complicated for no reason. And it's just getting stupid. So when Kingdom Hearts 3 come out, now they have to explain so much stuff, and it's not necessary. And another thing, Tetsuya Nomura does not know what he's doing when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. They should literally give the Kingdom Hearts to another person. Prime example, Cloud, Squall, and anybody from the Final Fantasy series does not act like themselves from the Final Fantasy series. Squall is very emo in this game, and it's so agitating, considering Squall was kind of cocky and kind of a prick throughout his games, except for the movie where he started acting a little bit of a downer. And of course, Dirge of Cerberus, when he was acting like a bigger downer. But Final Fantasy VII Cloud is a lot different than what he is in his games. Sid's kind of normal. Sid acted normal. And Squall, my man Squall, was so completely different in Kingdom Hearts that it's not even funny. And Squall's my favorite Final Fantasy character. That's what makes it even worse. So, if we could, can we not have Tetsuya Nomura anymore making these games? Because I feel like he doesn't know what he's doing. And I would like to have somebody else take over that franchise. Please, someone who's played Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy. But, alas, that will probably never happen. So, I'd like to say to you guys, I will catch you guys later. This is Wild Fang signing out.